Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eugenia Kelsey. If today is your first time being on my channel, you're welcome and I hope you do decide to stick around. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back as always. Thank you guys so much for your support and everything. So most of the questions that I've been getting lets me know that you guys are newly naturals, transitioning naturals, or you've been natural for a really long time and you're not really seeing any progress or growth with your hair. And most of the questions that I got were about single strand knots and shedding. These are the main things that I would be addressing in this video. I do want to say that these tips are from my experience being natural, and they're also based on research. Here is a picture of me 2 years into my natural hair journey. Yes, edges were non-existent, but here are a couple of things that it took me a while to figure out, so I'm here to share it with y'all. The scientific term for single strand knots is trichonodosis. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, that's the term, and it's as a result, if you have 4C hair, then your hair follicles are really oval, and when you have really oval hair follicles, it creates a really curly curl, and that's how we have 4C hair. So what this basically does is that the hair shafts are more prone to tangling with each other or crossing each other. So if you do have any type 4 hair, especially 4C, then you get to deal with this a lot. The problem about this is that you can't really change your hair type. So you can't really prevent single strand knots, or fairy knots as people call it. But there are things that you could do to minimize the knots and the tangle, and that's what I came here today to share with y'all. So let's get into it. Tip number 1. Seal your ends with butters. I don't know about y'all, but most of my single strand knots are on the ends of my hair. I certainly do have some in the middle part of my hair, but I mostly find them in the ends of my hair. When you seal your ends with butters, it tames your curls and it provides it with a glide or a slip. So even if your curls do intertwine with each other, you can just go ahead and slide them up to the apart. And when you have butters in your hair, it's a little bit harder for your strands to get caught up with each other, to get caught up on each other. So use butters. My favorite butters, I have lots of butters. I make my own conditioner and stuff, so I have a whole lot of butter. Some butters that you can use on your hair is coconut butter. I have coconut butter right here. I also have murmur butter, which is it's a really soft, this is my favorite type of butter because it's really soft, super soft. There's also mango butter. You just make a whipped butter with it, and this is Elipe butter. I love all these butters. I'm really starting to phase out on shea butter because I don't really like the smell. My hair loves butters and shea butters and stuff, but I just really can't stand the smell of shea butters. And these butters smell much better than shea butter, so you could feel free to try any of these. Tip number 2. Reduce or avoid the number of wash and goes that you do. When you do wash and goes, after about an hour or so, your hair is going to shrink and dry up. And what this does is that because your hair is in a loose state, it's more prone to getting caught up on each other and tangling up on each other. So you would want to, I know you guys love your wash and goes, but you might want to, reduce them. I don't really like wash and goes because, first of all, I just can't wash my hair and go. I just can't. I can't do that because it takes me a lot. It takes me days for me to finish my hair. Mainly because, not because it's so long, but my arms get tired, and then I just go to sleep. I'd be having half of my hair done and half not done. So I've never done wash and goes, and I don't think I could be able to do those. But if you do them, you might want to reduce them because your hair is going to get caught up in each other and it's going to tangle, and it's going to make it more prone to single strand knots. Tip number 3, you would want to wear a satin cup. I don't even know, do you guys say satin or satin? I want to wear one of those. This is because when you go to sleep, your pillow and your hair creates friction, and when there's friction, your hair would, move around and get caught up in each other. But especially if you have like a cotton pillow, like cotton really creates good friction with the hair, so it would just tangle and get caught up on each other a lot. So you would want to use satin pillowcases or satin bonnets, because what it does is that since it's really slippery, it just glides your hair and it reduces the amount of friction that would cause your hair, and it would help reduce the number of single strand knots that you have. Tip number 4, when you're going to bed, make sure you twist your hair and you also tuck the ends. This is because if your hair is in twists, it's less likely that it would form knots because you've already twisted. I don't know how to I wish I had a visual. If my hair is more free and I just rub it, it's more prone to getting caught up in each other. But if it's in twist, it's just going to be if it's let's say this is my twist, right? And I just have my hair. If it rubs it, it's just moving around. Your twist is just moving around, so it's less likely to cause single strand knots. So make sure you're twisting your hair and you're tucking the ends to make sure it's not getting caught up in each. Because the ends is where I get most of my single strand knots. So I make sure to tuck the ends and then just twist it. Tip number 5. This isn't for everyone, but it works really great for me. So if you're looking for something to try, you could try that. I use heat, the blow dry heat method, to detangle my hair. And what this does for me is that when I do detangle my hair, heat helps things expand. It really helps expand my knots, and I could just go in and take the hair out little by little. The hair that's caught around the knots, I just go in and separate them and take them out, and I could just remove the knots. So heat on 4C hair isn't all that bad. But please don't do this every single month, because then you're gonna get heat damage. So I alternate between the blow dry heat method and the threading method. I use threading to stretch my hair and then just go in and detangle it. There's also the banding method where you band your hair to stretch it. So you can use the blow dry method, the threading method, or the banding method to stretch your hair before you detangle it. That makes that reduces the amounts of breaking and shedding that you would have if you were to go in with a white tooth comb. Even though white tooth combs are good, if you were to go in your knots with a white tooth comb, you would see that you would get lots of hair coming out. To reiterate what I said, if your hair is more curly and more kinky and more coarse, then you would want to spend more time detangling your hair. And what I find that what works great for me is finger detangling. And I know finger detangling is tedious. I know it's annoying. But if you could get your friend to help you take your braids out, then you could get your friends to help you finger detangle. I don't know. Do something, but your hair, if you do finger detangle your hair and it works for you, your hair would thank you for it. It would love you for it. And especially if you go in with your butters first, it would just be gliding out left and right, and you could attack the knots and get them out. So yeah, if you experience lots of these knots, hairstylists are not your best friends, especially the ones that tell you to wash your hair and blow dry your hair before you come see them. Those are not the hairstylists that you want to go to. because they do not take their time with their hair. They just be combing it. Like, you know, if you're gonna see those because that's all you have access to, then make sure you're taking your time to detangle your hair. As I said, I spend lots of time and lots of patience on my hair because it would reward you, it would thank you for it. So please spend a lot of time on your hair. So these single strands lead to lots of tangles, and lots of tangles creates lots of breakages and shedding. So what you want to do to reduce this is you want to do low manipulation hairstyles where you're not really touching your hair a lot. So as I previously said, you could put your hair in twists and just let your hair be. Shedding is normal. So far as your hair is not shedding a lot, it's to be expected because 15% of your hair is always in the telogen phase, so your hair is always going to shed. So if you have like a small, like, you know, less than a handful, I guess it should, in my experience, it should be normal. One thing that really helps with shedding is fenugreek, and if you've been on my channel, I've talked so much about fenugreek. I think you guys must be exhausted right now, but I do get lots of awesome feedbacks, and I'm glad that it not only works for me, but it's working for y'all. Fenugreek, oh my god. Just soak the fenugreek seeds in water, let it sit for about 24 to 36 hours, and you're going to get a gold solution. So you want to take the seeds out and use that gold solution and just spritz in your hair, let it sit for about an hour or two, and you can go ahead and rinse it out. I've also heard lots of good things about green tea rinses. I have many people in the comments, give positive feedback about it, and I'm going to try that, but I also recommend you try that and give me your feedback. That is all for today, guys. I didn't want this video to be really long. I just wanted to address some questions. Also, don't be offended if you ask a question and I don't reply. Most of the time, if I don't reply to your comment, that's because I didn't see them, or I think it's a really important question and I would rather do a video on it, because if I do reply in the comments, it gets buried down in the comments and no one could benefit from it. But if I do make a video out of it, other people could also benefit from your questions. So please don't be offended. I really try, as busy as I am, I really try to read the comments, receive you guys' questions and problems, and try to make videos about it. So yeah, keep the questions coming. Don't be discouraged. Keep them coming. And I love y'all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I also have a tutorial on this hair coming this Saturday. And no, it's not my hair. I know y'all know my hair is thick and long, but it's not my hair. And it's not a wig either. So if it's not a wig and it's not my hair, then what is it? You're gonna have to wait till Saturday to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like it in person, not just in your heart. Be sure to thumbs it up. It really helps my channel. The more you guys like my videos, YouTube would recommend them to other people so that they could watch it. And it's not even just like, it's just engagements and comments and talking and sharing. So share it with your parents, share it with your friends, everybody that needs to hear about this video. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye.